This doesn't look good. Most videos are probably meant to have a happier, upbeat mood to them, giving people that tiny break from real life, and, well, most of mine haven't been known to be the best examples of positivity. In my defense, however, the past 10 years have been a mixed bag of unanimously bad years, and years that were actually pretty good. Or at least, mostly good. The 2020s especially have been filled with highs, but a lot of stressful lows, both for me and the world in general, with 2025 being the hardest one for me so far. But you know what? I did try to go into 2026 saying, it's a brand new year. Maybe it can be at the very least better than the last one. Why do I even bother? Okay, we're still halfway there. It can still be good, hopefully. I mean, so far it hasn't been that noteworthy for me, just more the same as last year, aside from feeling like something's missing, or someone. But you know what? From this point on, I am going to try to make my videos a lot more positive. Lord knows that'll be easier than trying to lose weight. In fact, I actually have a good idea on how to remedy that, by talking about upcoming stuff I'm really looking forward to. It's no secret that everyone consumes media, as it's the major pastime we get into to recharge from the stresses of real life. The debate about escapism notwithstanding. And whatever we watch can play a major role in shaping who we are as people, and what we're into. Whether they're favorites we had since birth, or new favorites that haven't happened yet. And which I'll go and discuss with you guys right now. Please note, some of these are getting close to their release dates as I post this, but I still want to talk about them anyway. So these are just my preconceived thoughts you'll be hearing, and maybe I'll make a shorter video talking about them. Keyword being maybe. Starting with movies. First one is Spider-Man Brand New Day. I've mostly been on and off with the MCU lately. I'll check something out if I'm interested enough, but I am not watching every single film or Disney Plus show, especially if I hear bad things about it. But Spider-Man? That is the brightest spot in the whole multiverse saga. Even if No Way Home was mostly driven by nostalgia, it still had a solid enough story that got me invested, and made Tom Holland's Spidey the closest he's been to the traditional true Spider-Man we all know and love. But this film is gonna be that fully, as in Peter Parker suffering, being on his own, his aunt's dead, his best friends don't remember him, nobody remembers him, he's dealing with a lot of baddies, and of course, he seems to be going through changes. His webs are now coming from his body, Toby style. And despite my current feelings towards Mark Ruffalo, it will be really cool to see Spidey and Hulk in the same movie for the first time, not counting Infinity War. Given how iconic each of them are in Marvel's lineup, my only question is, when will we get the Venom symbiote? Next is Avengers Doomsday. I'm kinda cheating here, as my intrigue for Doomsday is mostly out of morbid curiosity. I'm mostly interested in seeing the Fox X-Men teaming up with the Avengers and the new Fantastic Four going against RDJ Doctor Doom, but I'm not expecting anything great from it. At best, maybe it could be better than Age of Ultron, but that's just speculation. It's not a good sign that they changed the big bad halfway through, but given how awful the direction they went with King the Conqueror, I'd rather have this than what was originally planned. But hey, maybe it could be good, or even great, by Multiverse Saga standards. But I'm hoping it will have some level of quality. While we're on the subject of superhero films, there's Supergirl. Despite being a bigger Marvel fan by default, I always root for DC to be a strong competitor to them, since I also love them and both are great in their own right. Plus, as someone who liked James Gunn's Superman and the cameo of Supergirl at the end, seriously, she rocked in that trench coat. It will be interesting to see her in the spotlight this time, even if the vibe is a little too Guardians coded, but I don't think it's that big a deal. Plus, even if it's flawed, I really do hope James Gunn's DCU succeeds, given how much of a huge comic book fan he is, to the point where he understands all the characters and what makes DC great in the first place. So I have faith in him, no matter how many Snyder cultists may naysay. I'll just say this. I don't need it to be perfect, I just need it to be better than this. I'm pretty sure that's what most of us are asking here. And for my boy Shazam to get another chance in the spotlight again. For other bigger cinema, there's The Odyssey. Admittingly, I haven't watched that many Christopher Nolan films than I should, but I remember seeing bits of the teaser before Superman, and I was just as mesmerized when I found it online, and saw the film again just so I can see the teaser fully. This film is really out of Nolan's comfort zone. Not just a fantasy epic, but adapting arguably the most famous fantasy adventure of all time. With an all-star cast that might be iffy to some people, but I can live with it. Maybe Nolan's proved he's not as flawless with a few duds, but this is his follow-up to Oppenheimer, so that's something at least. Also, I wish Universal just released the original teaser trailer online. I don't want that to become lost media, even if I do have a phone recording. How about some animated movies? What's coming out? Maybe I'll see that, but I think I already had my Pixar fill this year. What's DreamWorks cooking up? Oh yeah, Forgotten Island. Now, the thing about DreamWorks is that they are notoriously inconsistent, to a frustrating degree, to the point where it's practically their brand. You'll either get a hydrogen bomb or a coughing boss baby, or even the occasional mid-tier movie. Films that I think had strong foundations and the potential to be good, but were ultimately brought down by some major flaws. Though, it saddens me how divisive Orion and the Dark truly became. But this film? Oh man, it's looking like another banger. It's safe to say that Joel Crawford is shaping up to be one of the DreamWorks directors. And this time, he's got his own original story, full of gorgeous colors and rich Filipino mythology. I can also see elements from his work on both Shrek and The Croods. The Last Wish frame rates and aesthetics, and even the two girls wouldn't look too out of place in the prehistoric world. Heck, I can even see them wearing animal pelts. That's your cue, fan artists. On top of that, the two girls seem really fun and likable, and I love the angle they're going about their friendship and the fear of losing it. So yeah, this would be my most hyped upcoming animated film, but we'll still have to wait for Beyond the Spider-Verse, but there's still Wildwood. I mean, it's Laika, one of the most consistent and high-quality animation studios out there. The worst film I would still call good. In the trailer, I mean, go check it out. Whether again or for the first time. I don't know how valid this comment is, but I don't think we've seen stop motion on a flying bird to this level of majesty. It's like The Rescuers Down Under, but again, stop motion. Admittingly, the plot does sound a bit like Labyrinth, in which a girl has to save her baby brother from magical forces, but as long as they make it different enough, which I'm sure they will, I'm all on board. And hey, given the Oscar streak of awarding non-Disney films, and as much as I feel bad for DreamWorks getting constantly snubbed, I can see this being the best animated feature winner next year. Provided the Academy's love for Toy Story isn't that strong. Any other films? Another Peanuts project? Well, I have loved the Peanuts gang since youth, and my mom's on a Snoopy high lately. I finally watched the Snoopy show and I think it's peak, so yeah, sign me up. Though the date it's getting released on is a bit of a rough one for me, but whatever can make me happy on the 31st of July. Now let's talk about something that actually relates to my username of sorts. Anime. I've been trying to balance out my anime watching with non-anime shows as of late, despite how hard that can be with my schedule. But there are 3 titles that I'm super hyped for, like Railgun Season 4. Railgun, probably the one anime that somehow topped my RE obsession back then. For better or worse. In a time where the quality of the Raildex anime is all over the place, Railgun has been the most consistent in terms of quality and entertainment value that not many people know or care about, it feels. But I'm just happy to see another season come out after so long. But that's not to say there are things that make me worry. For one, it's gonna be the final season if the manga's ending is anything to go by. On one hand, it's probably better for it to end before the quality can get worse, but I'm not too keen on how it's gonna end, with a flashback arc. Not that it's a bad idea in theory, but it's also at the cost of the dynamic with Misaka and her 3 friends, Kuroko, Uiharu, and Saten, which I always saw as the heart of the anime. Not to mention that, I haven't heard that many good things about the final arc, and from what I've seen, I can see it. So it's a little sad that the Railgun anime might be going out on a whimper. That is, and I doubt this will likely happen, if the anime adapted the past arc first, and then saved the jailbreak arc for later. Or maybe be like My Hero Academia, and tweak up the ending to be more satisfying. But I'm not one of the anime runners. Well, here's hoping for the best. But in case that doesn't come, there's also this new spin-off to Railgun centering around Item. Yeah, despite not being One Piece or MHA big, Index has a ton of spin-offs, most of which are spin-offs to Railgun. How nuts is that? But yeah, much like how I grew to like Accelerator despite what he's done, I have come around to Item despite being foes to Misaka and Railgun S. I mean, give the franchise this. They know how to make nuanced 3-dimensional characters out of despicable villains. Whether or not they do it well is up for debate, but hey, a lot of people love Bakugo despite starting out as a piece of shit. So I'd say so. The gimmick of Item has always been pretty appealing. A quartet of Esper girls doing mercenary work, so it's interesting to see them have a side story to themselves. Maybe it can be better than Accelerator series, even though I do like that. This is also a plug for more people to watch Index, by the way. For a new anime title, there's Goodbye Laura. So, here's a little thing a lot of you probably don't know about, but I really love mermaids. I know, what on earth would give you that idea? Well, how I became so obsessed with them is a story for another video, but an upcoming anime all about mermaids should be right up my alley, right? Yeah, no duh, but oh man, does this title look so pretty? Like a lost Ghibli project from the 90s that has now seen the light of day. Yeah, it may be another adaptation of The Little Mermaid, which might as well be the Christmas Carol of mermaid stories, but this one seems to have a unique twist to it. Everyone knows how Disney's version is arguably the most well-known version of Hans Christian Andersen's tale, and how said tale, get it, is known for its rather grim yet bittersweet ending of the Little Mermaid dying, making the Disney movie rather infamous by doing a full 180 and giving the happy ending we all know today. But Goodbye Laura looks like the best of both worlds. It's seemingly gonna give The Little Mermaid a happy ending, while also staying true to the original story. She still dies, but she gets reincarnated 200 years later, and gets not just another chance at life, but also another chance at love. and one can interpret her reincarnation as her getting a soul. Add in a few details that's having me guessing, and this might be a new favorite anime in the making, but only time will tell. Now this last topic isn't an anime, but screw it, I want to talk about it anyway. There's gonna be a little Trashmaid animated series, and by that, a pilot to one. Yeah, expect Trashmaid to be a recurring topic in the upcoming videos I'm hoping to get out. Hell, if you check my DeviantArt, I draw a lot of Trashmaid fan art. Maybe I have a problem, but I'll just say, hell yeah, we're getting my favorite unhygienic mermaid in animated form. Besides those fan shorts, that are great, mind you. Though the question is, what will it be like? Original tales? An adaptation of the story arcs in the original comic? A bit of both? Maybe the former makes more sense, but I wish the absolute best for SOS2, and maybe I'll feel good knowing I have the ability to help fund it. Not to brag or anything, but that's one way to spend my commission money. Also, side note, Steph is raising a backer kit to raise money to fund the pilot, so feel free to donate whenever you can. You got until August 31st. So there you have it, all the upcoming stuff I'm excited for, and are helping me get through each day. What about you guys? Do you have any upcoming films and shows that you're excited for? How about special events in general? Be sure to comment down below, and here's to my videos getting more positive from here. Or at least more balanced, with the next few that I'm working on next. Bye!